so, look, you carry around just a different model in your head, obviously, so and what you had before is what most of the people on Earth, carry around, obviously. We've all had a model indoctrinated into our heads by all the various methods, and we just see the world differently. But we're still in a minority, and it's really important to remember that. Flat Earth, that the realisation hasn't taken over. It hasn't taken over the world, as it were, in 10 years, but we've got the means of communication, so why not? It's not just the knowledge or viewpoint of cosmology. It's not just the knowledge or viewpoint of cosmology that's now different, but it's the realisation of how you can be totally fooled into believing the exact opposite of what reality is, with all of the world's institutions all corrupted, so that any challenge to this status quo is utterly rejected. You can't go to the science, you can't go to the media, you can't go to the social media, you can't go anywhere, to get the point across. It's all corrupted. In the exact opposite of the spirit of science. Somebody comes up and goes, hey, I've just discovered this. You go, oh, sure, we're on this. You go, wow, what is it? Well, that's not the response of the world, and we need to accept that that is how people respond. They respond that same way, whether you talk about 9/11 or, the famous of NASA. They made us believe the exact opposite of what our own senses tell us in a perfectly Orwellian way. Now that is a mind-blowing realization of how you can be so well deceived, and it's worth holding that in our minds as we go about our daily business as people with very, very different views to other people. Science itself, education, the publishing houses, the education media are teaching us and our children utter falsehoods about our world and therefore ourselves. Like I said, don't underestimate that. It's as big a part of the Flat Earth realisation as the actual realisation of knowledge itself. It's like, wow, how amazing was it I was fooled before? How madly I've been fooled before to believe the opposite of what my own God-given senses tell me. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why people are very, very hard to convince, because it's a very big step. And you should always kind of remember it. Always remember how you thought before, what you thought about the notion of Flat Earth before, and how obviously other people are going to see us as well. Because obviously, we do want people to realise the truth at the end of the day, but I think we've become very, very, evangelical about new realisations. We have to be careful, and that we don't become cult-like in our behaviour and attitude towards, our lives, our daily lives, our families, our friends, our colleagues. I'm sure we've already made the mistakes. Hey, you don't believe this, and it was like, go away, you nutter. Yeah. If you haven't, then good on you. And if you are a new discoverer, whether you sit in this room or watch it on video, just hold back, I'd say. It's sometimes even a better idea to keep some knowledge to ourselves and use it if and when the need arises. If you think about them, the people that rule the world, they certainly don't tell us all the truth about everything all the time. So, I think my first thing is I've stopped becoming evangelical over the last 10 years. I will absolutely discuss it all day, in every aspect with everybody all the time. But I don't have a need to go out and convince the world on this particular thing, because there are a million deceptions out there. And whichever way you come in, a lot of people coming through this way, a lot of people came through COVID, a lot of people coming through finance or through personal attack by corporations or government, looking at what's happening to the food supply, whatever. You can come through a million different ways, and nobody wakes you up directly. You all wake up yourselves. You all followed a seed or thought something happened. There was some kind of glitch in the matrix or a total of them for most people. So again, sow those seeds. We don't need to be the absolute salesman. You can just leave a flyer somewhere, kind of thing. Because again, what difference does it make to our lives? What difference does it make to your life anyway? Because we still have to go to work tomorrow. I mean, obviously some people become big proponents or what have you, but for most people, like I say, the difference is you carry around your head a different model, a very different model of cosmology in the world, and obviously our history and where we came from and everything else, but that's it, it's an internal thing. And also, we've also realised how much people and ourselves can be deceived. No matter how smart we are, no matter how great we are, how creative we are, how all the great things that we can do, we can be so deceived as to believe the opposite of our own sense. I'm going to say that quite a few times. Our worldview is personal, so risking a relationship with somebody, I'm not talking about myself, but any kind of relationship with your parents or your friends or your colleagues over this particular one belief, it seems really strange to do to me. Now. Back in the day, again, when I was a new believer, or when I first found out, I of course wanted to talk to everybody about it, but a lot of truthers don't want to talk.